Welcome, historians, to an age of kings and emperors, knights and samurai warriors, artists and explorers, scientists and great thinkers. I'm your history expert, Caroline, and we're about to dive into another journey, one that spans the years from 1250 to 1750 CE, and is often called the First Global Age. You probably have a ton of questions about this time period based on just seeing Mia in that trailer preview. Let's address each mystery one lesson at a time by asking the tough questions and digging up answers to get to the bottom of things. To get this started, let's think back to those ancient civilizations. Previous adventures in world history centered on ancient civilizations, from the towering pyramids in Egypt to the grand Roman Colosseum. But that was just the beginning. Whoa, what is this? Oh, it must be our first world history mystery. What secrets do ancient civilizations reveal about today's world? The answers probably can be found in the lesson agenda. Today, we'll check out the patterns found in ancient civilizations, look at religion and its influence, and dive into the impact of technology and communication on the growth of civilizations. Are you ready, historians? Throughout history, from the bustling marketplace of Babylon to the Inca mountaintop city of Machu Picchu, ancient civilizations laid the groundwork for modern society. Even though they were separated by great distances, cultural traits, and centuries of time, many of these ancient civilizations had a lot in common. Let's look at a few examples and see if we can uncover the themes. For instance, Egypt was led by pharaohs. Mesopotamia and Israel had kings, and China had its emperors. But what did all of these leaders have in common? Yeah, they all wielded absolute power. Even in places like Mesoamerica and India, most ancient civilizations functioned with one person in charge. What's your opinion? Do you think it's a good thing to have one person in charge? For one person to have all of the power. These ancient groups were also super smart at adapting to their surroundings, especially for one primary purpose. The Egyptians used the Nile River to irrigate their crops, and the Aztecs built floating gardens called chinampas. All of these folks came up with awesome innovations to adapt to tough environments and be able to farm. Trade also provided an economic spark for early civilizations, spreading lots of goods and creating jobs all around. Whether it was Phoenician sailboats cruising on the Mediterranean or wagons connecting 3 continents on the Silk Road, trade helped them make connections far and wide. How do you think trading and sharing between different places helped ancient civilizations grow and change? Pause here to respond. But it wasn't just about trading goods. It was a way to share ideas, inventions, and beliefs all across the world. Maybe that's a clue as to why many of those early civilizations had so much in common, and a link to how different cultures share ideas, goods, and beliefs all around the world today. Back in ancient times, religion shaped and influenced almost every part of daily life for most people. For example, the big pyramids in Egypt weren't just cool monuments. They reflected the Egyptians' beliefs about life after death. And in Greece, their many gods had a say in everything, from how they ran their cities to making everyday choices, showing how much religion and myths were woven into who they were and what they valued. How did their beliefs impact the ancient world? How do you see religion shaping the places and communities around us today? In those times, religion also helped explain things like thunderstorms or why people should follow the rules. And it even gave kings the thumbs up to rule. This idea that leaders were chosen by the gods began in Mesopotamia and was common among early civilizations. How do you think combining religion with government helped shape the rules and ways of living back then? Can you think of ways this might still be happening today? For instance, modern debates, like those in the US about the separation of church and state, often touch on issues such as prayer and the presence of the Ten Commandments in public schools. Centuries ago, religion was like a big magnet that pulled people together. Can you recall ways that religious beliefs helped bring people together in ancient times? Pause here to respond. Whether they were celebrating a festival, watching a ceremony, or building a huge temple as a teen, religion in ancient civilizations made everyone feel like they were part of a big family. Can you spot ways that religion can help people feel connected in communities now? Hey, that has to be a clue! Religion still influences much of what goes on in the modern world. And that's a huge link between ancient civilizations and today's world. Back in the old days, inventing new stuff and finding better ways to talk to each other really helped ancient civilizations grow and become super cool places. When the Sumerians came up with the wheel more than 5,000 years ago, it wasn't just about getting around easier. It produced big changes in farming and trade. And when the Phoenicians invented their alphabet around 3,000 years ago, it was a game changer for sharing information, keeping track of records, and passing on stories. How do you think inventions like the wheel and the alphabet helped old civilizations thrive? Is there a relatively new invention that's changing the world today in a big way, just like the wheel did? A lot of people think new technology like smartphones and the internet have transformed the world. Do you agree? Back in ancient times, building huge things like the Great Wall of China and the big aqueducts in Rome showed off some serious building skills and how to get lots of people working together. These weren't just big projects. They were signs of planning, hard work, and intelligence. How do big building projects today compare in showing off what we can achieve? Yeah, as technology increases and we learn more, we complete some jaw-dropping projects, huh? Also, finding new ways to talk and share ideas, like with Egyptian hieroglyphics or Greek poetry, helped everyone get along and spread their culture far and wide. This made the world back then more connected, kind of what the internet does for us now. Makes me wonder how today's tech for talking and sharing things is shaking up the world of tomorrow. You're right. Communication and technology continue to link cultures all around the world. I think we've got it. And there you have it, history detectives. We've just zipped through time, discovering how ancient civilizations, from the bustling streets of Babylon to the floating gardens of the Aztecs, laid the bricks for the world we stroll through today. From the power of one person in charge to the different faiths that brought people together, and from the wheel to the written word, we've seen the building blocks of civilization itself. It's clear that the past is a treasure chest, and each discovery is a valuable link to our present. Today's mystery question is a mystery no more. We've learned that civilizations from the past have a lot in common with the world today. Throughout this course, we will study events to see how those ancient civilizations transformed into our modern world. Let's keep those detective hats handy. We've got many mysteries to solve and countless connections to uncover. Each will offer proof that the past is always with us, shaping every step we take into the future. Next time, we'll embark on an exciting journey back to the year 1250, exploring the cultural tapestry that shaped the world. Until then, historians, keep exploring the past and shaping the future, and remember to always be clever.
Hey, hey.